and welcome to HiveState Bakugan. Today, well, if you notice, things are set up a little bit different. This is a different angle, and I want you to tell me how you like it. This is also interrupting the set review that we're doing, and I know that, but I got this, or at least the Walmart that I was close to had it, so I had to pick it up, because I want to see this mat, and I want to see these two. These are a little less special, but we're going to go ahead and get this thing opened. So normally with these things, as you know, I like to go ahead and remove the cardboard off camera, but I feel like this one's special to the point that we need to go ahead and, well, do everything on camera. This is the back of it. It shows everything that it comes with. And I'm going to do this backwards because the majority I expect to be right here in the bottom. Yeah, and that is everything in this box. So we have the mat. We have cards and cores, and then on the other side we of course have the Bakugan. This part, let's just slide out. Cool. There we are. So this is what I'm most excited for. And actually no, we're not going to save this for last. We're going to start with it. First, let's remove the plastic. That's better. And this, the old one had a little case that it came with, but it's almost spring-loaded, so this may hit the camera, but let's... Okay, it did. It, in fact, did hit the camera, which, I mean, I guess you saw. Here is the mat. It's very wrinkled, which I guess is something that was expected, but I thought this would be a little bit better than just looking at the table, so let's finish it on this. Starting by looking at the cores that this comes with. There's a green fist. It's plus 150B. It's another green fist at plus 100 with Pyrus Endarpus plus 3 damage. Shield for plus 200. Another shield plus 400 with Aquos and Ventus. Let's see. And we have a fist for plus 2. Flaming Fist, plus 150, plus 4. And last but not least, oh no, there's two more. A minus 500, or a plus 500, minus 1 Helix, and a plus 100, plus 3 to Aquos Ventus Fist. So that is the cores that this comes with. And as you see, the cores do fit pretty well in the matrix. So that's nice. Then we look at the cards. Shows that it's the Dragonoid. 200B, 5 damage, and that's interesting. It's the international cards. This was just an American Walmart, but an international pack. Interesting. So Hydroblast, plus 4 damage, plus 4 Frost for 6. Here is the Aquos Phaedrus. 2 green fist with this Bakugan, so good for your green fist decks. 200B power. If you land on a green fist, jumps up to 5. 500 is not bad as a starting point, and 8 damage is a good bit of damage, so Phaedrus seems decent. Dark Fire is a 4 energy for plus 9 damage. Then we have Deafening Roar, minus 600B for 3. And Nilius, we've seen Nilius. And the Vice Rocks. Vice Rocks is 2 shields for a 600B base, really good base. 2 damage, so not great damage. But when you boost your B power with a shield, you get up to 5 damage. So that's not too bad of a boost. Last card in the set is a Fire Boost. 2 energy for plus 400 Bs. I am surprised that it's the international version. I'm also surprised that it's Battle Brawlers cards. It's not Resurgence or anything higher. I mean, I knew it wouldn't be the new Aurelus set, but I'm surprised it wasn't Resurgence. It also has a little pamphlet here on how to fold it. You literally just grab and twist and flatten. Although there's not a case to keep this in, so I can see this being a bit of a pain to tote and carry around. We'll see. Let's start taking a look at these. Let's take a look at the Bakugan. We'll start with the ones we know. Dragonoid. I actually am curious about this. So, looks normal. Did something fall? No, just popped. Looks normal. let's fold him up real quick, shall we? Let's see if he has a problem. Perfectly flat. Seems like you can pull it, but it does not have the head problem that a lot of these have. So there's the Dragonoid and all of his beautiful glory that we've seen many a times before. Next we'll have a Darkest Nameless. Again, Bakugan we've seen quite a bit in the past, but for good reason. It's one of the core, one of the ones you see in the show. And some of those face Bakugan, well, they're important for selling point reasons. We're not going to talk about him too much because we've seen him. We're going to move on and talk about, this is the one I'm most excited for, so let's look at this one right here. Take them and pop them open. Beautiful the way it opens, but here is our little, I don't know if it's a crab or what it actually is, but it's beautiful. I like the way the yellow really accents this Bakugan. The 600B is right there. And, you know, I was looking online and they were talking about the influence, like what inspired this Bakugan. And if you were a fan of the old show, you can kind of see it. What he looks like whenever he's like partially folded in. Missed that one. But yeah, there is another new Bakugan. Lastly, we'll do the one that I am most excited about. This is the Aquos Phaedrus, or not Nameless, Aquos Phaedrus. This is, I love how long this Bakugan is. Just a hint of orange to bring everything out and make it pop. 200B power, but it doesn't matter with its effect. It gets better as it goes. So that is this one right here. Kind of want to build a deck around him just to see how he can do. So I do hope you enjoyed this little unboxing of this. I want to talk more about this here in just a moment, but the moment's going to be shorter for you than it is for me. I'm going to take this and play on it and compare it to the original, or not the original map, the original old school maps, but the little arenas they put out. So let's see how this plays in comparison. Alright, so technically this took even longer than I expected, but still for you, it was like a second. I've used this quite a bit here in the past few weeks. The reason it took longer is I've been sick, but that's over and better, and I didn't want to record with that. But yeah, so I've been using this, and I had high expectations for some things. And to be honest, I was disappointed. I never did a video on the original Battle Arena because it felt too negative and I didn't want to be that negative. But this one does have some negatives to it. Let's talk about it. So first is the hexes on this thing. I expected it to work really well, but to be honest, they're just slightly bigger than the ones on the actual arena. And though it doesn't really feel like it would matter, it kind of does in the full sense of things. But really that feels like me just being a little bit nitpicky towards this. The biggest kind of con towards it is I found that most of the times whenever I would use this, I would just rather not use this and just play on the table. But why wouldn't I want to use this? Well, there's a couple reasons really. First off, it wobbles and I haven't been able to fully straighten it out. But more importantly, it's super easy to kind of nudge and shift, and it's more awkward than it should be. However, I did find one very big use for this. If you're just playing, let's say you don't have a space to play and you're sitting on the floor playing, this thing's fantastic. If you're playing on carpet, it makes it so you can actually roll your Bakugan, and you can play on carpet pretty easily with this. But all in all, it's a pass for me. So yeah, all in all, I hate this one ended on a hint of a negative note, but the Bakugan in the set, I guess would be worth it to get the set, but you're not buying it for this, not really. And that's a little sad because I loved the one for the original game. It was my preferred choice. I liked it over the hard plastic one quite a bit, but yeah, that's this map. Hope you enjoyed the video. The set review is going to continue next week, so make sure to stick around for that. Ring the bell, subscribe, do all the things that everyone tells you to do. But until next time, you'll see me when you see me.